What brings about the illusion of separateness? As a newborn child, this illusion is barely present, right? There's only pure being, unidentified with the movement of mind. There isn't a great deal of movement of mind. There's just pure being. Newborn looks out onto the world, and there's no thought process intervening. No sense of separateness from what's occurring now. So how does the sense of separateness come about? Strengthen and mature. Previously we said that everything that appears arises out of fields of energy. And these fields not only materialize into what we see and taste and feel through the senses, but also materialize in the form of thoughts and images of mind. And as this occurs, a process of egoic identification with the content of mind begins to develop and take hold in the body-mind organism that we call you and me, that increasingly grows into this, or comes into this notion that I am a separate self as compared to you, creating a false sense of separateness between you and me and the world out there. We are trained through school, in fact, elementary, high school, university, to come up with theories and to analyze and to name and to consider. All of this is in response to the arising of concepts in mind. And among those concepts are also that which we think of as me versus you. And there slowly develops a sense of separateness between all these concepts. So this occurs not only because the mind tends to divide and separate that which apparently appears, concepts in here, and this is different from that, and that's different from that. But also because the mind divides that which apparently appears from that which is aware. There's division all around, shall we say, dividing concepts up into parts, naming them, and separating that which is aware from the concepts of mind as if it's a distinct entity from concepts arising in consciousness. So this evolutionary mental process creates a problem in human beings that ultimately needs to be resolved evolutionarily, because it brings about a false sense of separation from apparent things, concepts and images, arising of mind, arising in consciousness, and interpreted of mind to be this, that, and the other thing, including a false sense or a false sense of an image of self. I have an image of me and an image of you based on this construct of mind that has developed over time. And this illusion of separateness, then increasingly obscures the living truth of the absolute oneness of all things, appearing in the eternally present now, the movement of oneness occurring now is separated into parts as egoic identification takes place in which a growing sense of separateness occurs because I conceptualize this, even me from you, and it's all a construct of mind. And as this illusion of separateness develops and matures, there also arises a false sense of loss. Something that we seemed to be there when we were young, this free-spirited lack of sense of separateness, pure being, that we seem to have lost as we increasingly engaged with the product or the constructs of mind that appear constantly. So we begin to seek. We begin to seek after that which we think we've lost. We think we've lost it because it just feels like there's an emptiness there. There's something that's gone that seemed to be there before. But to seek is generally to seek after ever more concepts of mind. If you look at it in yourself, I know it was this way for me. I was always seeking a vision, something to envision. So I wanted to see it, envision it. What was peace like? What was wholeness like? What was it like to be the universe? As a concept of mind. I mean, I didn't think of it as a concept of mind then, but that's what it was. That's what was being sought. So, we seek in order to envision it as if we're going to find something. We're going to find it in a concept of mind, and you can't find it there. Because the reality of oneness is not found in a concept of mind, obviously. Concepts are just images that we've given a name. There can't be wholeness in that. So how does one realize this truth? Actually, in this moment now, the eternally present now. The illusion of separateness ends when the false sense of separation, created through egoic identification with the concepts of mind as they arise, literally collapses in the body-mind organism we think of as separate from the whole, when it is not. It's never ever been separate from the whole. It's just that the egoic identification has created it in that way. So this collapse brings about the end of egoic identification with the content of mind as well. The end of looking at the world from an egocentric point of view, as if coming from me and the world out there somewhere, but realizing that I am the world. We are the world. Realizing this fact, that the movement of mind and of life, arising out of that which is aware, is one reality, not many, ends the false sense of a separate self we previously thought of as separate from the whole, when it is not. One then ultimately realizes that there is only one life, not many. One absolute reality, not multiple realities, not multiple dimensions. And one overall movement of energy arising out of the silence of the eternally present now. and nothing more. That's all.